Hello, welcome back, guys. We are actually having some news from Alibaba today, and as you'll see right now, it's trading about 10% higher in pre-market. And this is not a fluke. Doesn't seem to be temporary. There seem to be some news coming out of China, and we're going to be talking about these in this video. Now, I checked the pre-market. The volume is about 1 million right now, so it is kind of known. But typically Alibaba does about 30 to 40 million in volume daily in the US markets, and so it looks like the news haven't been extensively known yet. That means that we could potentially see a higher move when the markets open and there is significantly more volume in a couple of hours or so. We'll see whether that's the case, but it seems like it could be a possibility. And maybe we will see this at 115, 120. We'll see, maybe. So, what happened though? Two pieces of information, two pieces of news here, which are both kind of important here. And the first one is St. Petersburg will add Alibaba, Tencent, and other Hong Kong stocks from June 20. So, in about 3 days for Russian investors. So, Russia will be able to trade these. And of course, this adds extra volume, extra investors here, Russian investors. For companies like Alibaba and Tencent, which have been really bust in the past few months, or more than months, really a year plus, and we could be seeing some more Russian investors buying some of these stocks and propelling prices upwards potentially. Now, there's another piece of information which I think is even more important here. You will see that China's central bank accepts Ant's applications for financial holding company. And you will remember that we have been talking about this. At first, there was some pieces of news that Ant's IPO is probably about to happen. Then there was another piece of news saying that this is fake news. And so we're looking at the typical thing about Alibaba, where news comes out, then somebody claims they're false, and then they actually are true, or there's a change in stance for what is actually true or not. And so this seems to actually be happening right now. At least that's the current state. June 17th, from Reuters, China's central bank has accepted Ant Group's application to set up a financial holding company, is what we're seeing here, and so we're potentially waiting for a stock market debut here. That's the IPO, of course. And the People's Bank of China, that's PBOC, expected approval of the plan is the latest sign that Ant, a tech giant pretty much, which is an affiliate of Alibaba, will actually be emerging from the regulatory crackdown that it had about a couple of years ago, really now. And we're going to be looking at its IPO happening, it looks like. Now, you will see that the Bank of China accepted Ant's application this month pretty much, the sources told Reuters, and amid investor hopes that Chinese regulators are easing a crackdown on private enterprises that started in late 2020. So yeah, about 2 years now, maybe a little bit less. Pretty much is what happened during the current slowdown with COVID and the crackdown in China. Now, you will see that the New York listed shares, so that's the ADR, jumped nearly 10% on Friday, shortly after the Reuters report. So it looks like the move has a lot to do with this, if this must be the majority of the reason, really, why the shares are jumping today, about 10%, at least for now. Now, you will see that Chinese authorities abruptly pulled the plug on Ant's IPO, which was set to raise about 37 billion back in November 2020. Soon after, Jack Ma gave a speech accusing financial watchdogs of stifling innovation here. Now, you will see, of course, that there was this plan pretty much from Ant to set up a financial holding firm, and there would be some regulatory supervision. And as you will see here, they are reporting that last week, pretty much, that China's central leadership had given Ant a tentative green light to revive its IPO in Shanghai and Hong Kong, which is very nice to see, of course. And to formally revive its mega listing, Ant has to secure the key financial holding license and complete its restructuring, pretty much. And as you will see here, Beijing, which is important, we have talked about it in previous videos as well. They have softened their stance in the last few months, and remember that we're talking about Vice Premier pretty much telling tech executives last month the government supported the development of the sector amidst other declarations pretty much from executives in China, saying that they are supporting the sector, of course, and they want it to prosper. And so it looks like we may be heading for this new IPO, and the regulatory crackdown may be softening a little bit over here. Now, you will see that the central bank has mostly finished vetting the credit scoring license, is what another source with direct knowledge seems to be saying right now, after the application in November. Now, Ant here has agreed to establish the JV with partners, including 3 state-owned companies, of course, with a combined 48% stake in its key asset, is what is happening in China. And Ant will own about 35% of the venture, and pretty much state-backed shareholders will own 7%, and the remaining 10% of this endeavor here. Now, recently regulators have suggested further tweaks of the shareholding structure to increase the holdings of state investors. You would expect that. But overall, it looks like we are getting to a point where this IPO is heading towards completion here. Very, very nice and promising news to see here. And as you'll see, Ant via super app Alipay collects data from over 1 billion users here. Internet savvy people without credit cards or sufficient bank credit records here. That's a lot of data. Another very, very important thing, pretty much for Alipay and Ant, and overall, of course, Alibaba. So yeah, that's what's happening today. This is why you're looking at this pretty much steep increase in the price of the stock. We'll see what's going to happen when the markets open, but encouraging news for Alibaba. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, and of course I will let you know if something new comes up. For now, this is what we're having with Alibaba. Again, encouraging news. We'll see how that will turn out in the next few weeks or so, and whether we're going to be having a steep reversal again as happened in the previous days. Thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.